Hi, friends. I just was here today to introduce you to Raz-Kids so you just know a little bit more about it. So what you're going to need to do is go to this website, which I sent to you through Messenger on Class Dojo. So you're just going to go to that website, and then this is what you should see. When you're here, you're going to type in my username, which is rlubitz21, which is usually right down at the bottom for you. I'm already in here, so you just type that in, and then you're going to press go. So when your child signs in, they will see all these little icons. They're going to look for their name and click on their name. So I'm going to go on to guest, and I'll click here, and then you're going to use your student's password. All the students' passwords are the same, and so it is 1234, 1234, and then press go. So when you're here, let me get rid of that so you can see. So when you're here, you're going to see two areas. There's a level up area, and that's just for fun for them to be able to go into a rocket where they can explore, and there's some things down here. The most important part of Raz-Kids is the reading room. So we can click into the reading room, and then when they enter the reading room, they're going to see all these books. They can view stories by different topics and fictions and series. And they also can look here at the most popular books. You can click the view all. There's more. Now, the one thing that's really nice about Raz-Kids is that each student is at their own reading level. So I was able to go through and assign each one of your children their appropriate reading level. So if you feel that their reading level is too easy or too hard, please let me know and I can adjust that. So let's get started when they want to read a book. So when you're reading a book, they can pick any book that they want here in this library. So when you look at here, if I check the mitten, there are three things for them to be able to see. The first one is an audio version. So the headphones allow them to be able to listen to the story being read to them. The second option is to be able to read the story by themselves. So, and the third option, which is not highlighted and won't be highlighted, it won't come in, they'll be able to click it until they either listen or read the story, because that's the quiz option. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to look at the mitten, and I'm going to listen to it first. Okay. So we'll just press play.
The Mitten,
and then we
a Ukrainian folktale adapted by Catalina Page, illustrated by Loretta Lustig.
So they're able to listen to it, and it highlights.
The fox was cold too. He got into the mitten with the bear. Squish, squash, squeeze. The rabbit was cold. She got into the warm mitten too. Squish, squash, squeeze. The blue jay was cold too. He got into the mitten after rabbit. Squish, squash, squeeze. The ant, squish, kaboom.
I clicked through a little bit faster, but just so you can see it. After they're done with that, it will show you that you listened to the story. You'll earn stars, and that is be able to use for the reading rocket. The next one is to listen to the stories. I always encourage the students to read a story 3 times before they even go on to a quiz. After they either listen to it once, Raz-Kids, it does allow you to take a quiz right away, but I always say to them, make sure you read it 3 times. And that's something that we do, as a rule in our classroom, and they should know that too. So you can remind them of doing that. The next way, I would encourage them to listen to it first and then read it on their own. So when they're reading it on their own, they're able to look at it, read it, and they're able to click on words if they're not sure about it. So they can say, I didn't know what that word was, and they can hear the word.
Bear.
So it'll help, it prompts them on words that they might not understand. So that's how you click through the story. Now, the one thing they have there, what if you say, oh, my kid's going to click really fast through the story? Well, if they click too fast on the story, then it will prompt them and say, you read this too fast, that you need to slow down and read again. So it won't give them credit for actually reading it until they feel that it's at a good pace for them when they're clicking it through. And then they click on to take a quiz. And at the quiz, there's questions here, and they're going to answer it. So they'll pick whatever they think on it, and they press next. And it goes through all the questions until they're done. And so when it's done, then they earn the